Hey again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. My name is John Lunn, aka Jonnychipz, and this is episode number 73 on Friday, the 20th of May, 2022. This episode is called Passport. Let's get on with it. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Like I say, my name's John Lunn. Welcome to episode number 73. Can you believe it? It is Friday. We're coming on to the weekend again. If you've had a long, hard week in work, then look forward to the weekend. If you're working on the weekend, that's too bad. I'm not. But have a great day in work, if you're working over the weekend. But anyway, usual format again this week. There's lots coming up. There's Build starting next week, which I'm really looking forward to, going down to an in-person event with a whole bunch of other fellow MVPs. So really looking forward to that next week. But like I say, this week's show, similar format. Lots been going on. Let's jump over to do some community call-outs. So yeah, like I just mentioned there, we've got Build next week, and you can see that Chris has done a little bit of a video here, which I'll mute the sound off for a minute. But Chris and April are going to be hosting the UK side of Build. So on the 25th, the Wednesday the 25th, there's going to be a whole day, an in-person event going on over in Thames Valley Park in Reading in the UK, which I'm really looking forward to going down and saying hello to. So if you're there, hit me up, let me know that you're there, and we'll go and say hello. If you're not registered, go and get signed up. So aka.ms/build/UK, get yourself registered. There's a whole heap of virtual content to consume and obviously take part in, live shows, Teams meetings, lots of different things going on. So really looking forward to that. Go and get yourself registered if you haven't already. Next up, Bradford Cloud User Group have got their next event happening on the 24th, so next Tuesday. They got a bunch of lightning talks from some really cool people from across the community. We've got Maria Anastasia there. We've got Dilyana Radulova to talk around dynamics. And Sophie is going to be joining them to talk around M365 security features within Business Premium. So that'll be great. 3 lightning talks, 24th of May. Go and get yourself RSVP'd and go and show the group some support. Big shout out to my old friend Pete. He's teamed up with Chris Reddington to do some webinars for Octopus Deploy. I keep saying it's one of those products that I need to get into and start having a look at myself. I've got a license for it, so there's no real excuse other than time. But look, Pete and Chris got together to do some CI/CD pipelines with GitHub Actions using Octopus Deploy. So if you're interested in that whole process, go and check that out. Go and follow Pete. Go and follow Chris. Go and sign up. I think the webinars, they happened a couple of days ago, but I believe they're still there for consumption on a recording. So go and check those out. Next up, thanks for the reminder, Carl. So .NET Southwest, their event on the 7th of June. Cliff Aegis is going to be joining them. So if obviously if you follow me, you probably know Cliff. If you don't know Cliff, go and follow him. He's an absolutely awesome guy in the community. Again, doing some wonderful things with IoT, and he's just involved in some really cool things. He's going to be joining the .NET Southwest user group on the 7th of June to talk about .NET MAUI. So if you go follow Carl, he's retweeted the link out. Go and search for .NET Southwest on Meetup, and go and get yourself RSVP. That'll be sure to be a good session. And again, thanks for the reminder, Mike. 3 weeks until the Scottish Summit Hackathon. So if you're interested in that, go and get yourselves registered. Mike has tweeted this out at Heart365. You can go and follow him. Go and get this link. But there's an Eventbrite ticket for you to take part in the Scottish Summit Hackathon. Failing that, obviously go and follow the Scottish Summit's Twitter, and they will have all the information on there for you to register and take part in this hackathon. So thanks for the reminder, Mike. Go and get yourself sorted on that one. So Robin and Kevin, again, they've got another great episode of their Streaming Clouds podcast coming out. Very similar session I did with Jack the other week myself, but they're looking at Bicep Azure landing zone deployments again, so might be a little bit of a different flavour. Jack might have time to go into other areas. I don't know yet, but go and check that out. I'm not sure when the date on this is going to be, but there we go, 24th of May. So next week. Go and follow Robin, go and follow Kevin, and go and get yourself signed up and show some support and go and follow that session. That'll be another great session because it's always great sessions when Jack's involved. So go and check those out. Pete Rising has tweeted out second edition of the MS700 Managing Microsoft Teams exam guide from both Pete and co-author Nate is out soon, and you can pre-order it now. So if you are doing that, if you are involved with managing teams or you're admin teams, MS700 is the exam that you probably going to want to take or want to look at. There's a few different teams exams. But look, you've got Pete Rising and Nate Chamberlain that have put this book together. If you are interested in studying for that exam, go and check it out. Go and follow Pete on the Twitters, M365 Rising, and go and get yourself a copy. Jim Bennett has tweeted out this set of focus videos around IoT Central. So IoT Central is that kind of element of trying to and enable users to create IoT solutions from like a PaaS service within Azure. So if you are interested in learning more about IoT Central, go and follow Jim Bob Bennett, and get this link. But it's a tech community link. It's quite a long link there. You probably can't read it, but I've retweeted it. Go and check that out, or do a search. Do a search for Discover Azure IoT Central features through a series of videos. So I thought that was a really cool thing to put together. If you are interested in learning more about IoT Central and what you can do with it, then this is a great set of resources here that you can see. In fact, this blog post was put together by Olivier Bloch a couple of weeks back. So go and give a search for that, and you'll get right the way through to this series of videos. Great to see. And next up, Freak has reminded us that they've got their 12th edition of the Azure Virtual Desktop in a Day workshop on behalf of Microsoft, AVD in a Day, May the 23rd, 9 till 5 CET. It's an online event. There's still some spaces left if you want to get yourself on that. Freak, if you haven't seen Freak, I did in convo with him not too long ago. An awesome guy in the community, knows a hell of a lot around AVD and other technologies. Go and get yourself signed up if that is of interest to you. F. Beerson on Twitter. And finally, just a quick shout out to Dwayne and the Azure Back to School event that he sets up for September. Call for speakers is out, so go and follow Dwayne N. Cloud on Twitter. Get that link. If you've got something that you'd like to contribute, go and get yourself signed up and get a session contributed for the Azure Back to School event. But there we go. That's our community call-outs for this week. And I'll try and clear my throat. A little bit of a frog in the throat appearing there. But okie dokie, let's go over. Let's talk about the Welsh Azure user group for a brief few moments. So yes, this week we had our monthly event on the 18th. That's me with the thumbs up to the camera, as I usually do. We had Joe Hodkinson on and Neil Hambley talking about Azure Migrate, talking about Azure Security Fundamentals. Great session, as usual. Quizzer, Matt Fatunka, awesome stuff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch the video and look out for Quizzer. It was a great event. We've got our next event set up for the 15th of June. So bookmark the diary now, put it in your diaries, but I've not yet announced that. We're just waiting on confirmation of one other speaker at the moment. So as soon as I get that confirmed, I'll get that announced. But 15th of June, we are looking for more speakers for the group. So please, if you are interested in speaking at the group anytime, I think we're going to try and aim for an in-person event over the next couple of months if we can. If not, then they'll stick virtual for now. But if you can submit a session, then there's our Sessionize page. Go and follow me on the Twitters and go and find that link. But there's a call for speakers out. And if you've missed any sessions, head on over to the playlist below. You can see we've got 22 videos in there now of all the, like I say, we're nearly coming up to a 2-year anniversary now on the group, which is fantastic. And, really proud that we've done this over the last 2 years. But if you have missed any sessions, head on into that playlist below and go and check them out. But for now, that's all I have to say on the Azure user group. Okay, let's go on and have a look at Jonnychipz on the side. What have I been up to this week, or what haven't I been up to? But just a quick one. Here we go. Let's have a look. So yeah, first up, big shout out to my guest last week on In Convo with was Mr. Andy Cutler. Great conversation, hugely knowledgeable guy in the industry. Great episode all around data analytics, and getting involved and learning and all sorts of good stuff in there. So if you missed that episode, go and check it out. It's an awesome episode. Let us know some comments and feedback. Give us your own views on the state of play with the data world in Azure. But yeah, that was last week. So like I say, huge thanks to Andy for being such a great guest. But it is Friday, time for another guest tonight. In fact, it's time for another 4 guests tonight. Really excited to have this episode going out later today. It's the Azure Cloud Native group, which consists of April, Carl, Richard, and Robert. They are joining me tonight to talk all around Azure Cloud Native, not just how the group came to be, but we talk about a little bit about the industry and where we're headed, and what the whole concept of Azure Cloud Native kind of means. So yeah, that's going out later tonight. Please do join us. Like I say, drop us some comments and notes in the chat, and subscribe to the channel, of course. Well, you can do that right now. But yeah, looking forward to that episode, and hopefully I'll see you there later on. Okie dokie. So with that being said, I think it's time to get through the Azure news and updates for the week. So without further ado, let's kick that off. And good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Hello. Welcome to the Azure News and Updates for this week. It's the week of the 20th of May, 2022. Let's get on with it then. We've had a few announcements, public preview and general availability announcements. So let's start off with a public preview announcement. Azure DNS Private Resolver, the hybrid name resolution and conditional forwarding. Okay, so DNS Private Resolver is a cloud-native, highly available and DevOps-friendly service. It provides a simple, zero-maintenance, reliable and secure domain name system service to resolve and conditionally forward DNS queries from a VNet, so or on-premise, and to other targeted DNS services without the need to create a managed custom DNS solution, which is big news. So you can resolve DNS names hosted in Azure private DNS zones from on-premise networks, which up to now you've had to kind of have a DNS server set up in Azure to do that, which is great to see, as well as DNS queries from your own domain names. This will make your DNS infrastructure work privately and seamlessly across on-premise networks and enable key hybrid networking scenarios. Great to see. That's out in public preview right now. Next up, another public preview, additional support for managed identity authentication in Azure Stream Analytics. So Stream Analytics now allows you to manage identities as an authentication mode when connecting to Azure Cosmos DB and Azure Service Bus. You can use either system assigned managed identity for your own user assigned managed identity when authenticating. It solves a common challenge when building cloud applications related to credential management. So it's keeping the credentials secure is an important thing to do, and it shouldn't be stored in developer workstations or, of course, put into any source control. So it's really just that additional support to manage these identities for Stream Analytics. So go and check that out if that's of interest to you. Next up, GA, Industrial IoT Connectivity Partners integrate with Azure IoT Central. Cool to see. So on this announcement, there's a little bit of a demo video just showing some of these partners that are, this is something that I kind of guessed was going to be coming. So all of these IoT device partners that they're making awesome devices with lots of different sensors and types are partnering up now with IoT Central, and you can kind of bring them into by templates, and obviously just bring those appliances or devices into your IoT Central application at the click of a few buttons, I'm guessing there, which is great to see. So there's a little video there. There's a connectivity tutorial and some blog articles, so go and check that out if that's of interest. Next up, public preview, host process containers. So They're also known as privileged containers. They extend the Windows container model to enable a wider range of Kubernetes cluster management scenarios. So the host Postgres containers run directly on the host and maintain behavior and access similar to that of a regular process. Interesting stuff. Next up, GA, Open Service Mesh extension for Azure Arc. Cool to see. Public preview, key management system integration. So AKS now supports KMS plugin integration, which enables encryption at rest of your Kubernetes data in etcd using Azure Key Vault. Cool. Awesome to see. Another public preview, AKS Private Link service integration. Private Link has been going through the motions, I think, lately with kind of integrating with all the different Azure services. So public preview is now out. Private Link is now available to Kubernetes service objects via annotations. Go and check that out. Another public preview announcement, container storage interface extensible API for AKS. At GA, we've got easily manage our Azure IT central dashboards using a catalog, which is great to see. And finally, GA, Azure backup support for trusted launch Azure virtual machines. So trusted launch is a seamless way to improve the security of Gen 2 VMs. It protects against advanced and persistent attack techniques by combining technologies which can be independently enabled, so things like secure boot, a virtualized version of the trusted platform, the VTPM. Azure Backup is announcing GA of Trusted Launch VMs backup in all Azure regions where Trusted Launch Azure virtual machines are available. So you'll be able to configure the backup of your Trusted Launch Azure VM through Enhanced Policy and enable backup through Recovery Services Blade, Manage Blade, and Create VM Blade. Awesome to see. Okie doke. So that's it. That's our news for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Okie doke. So there we go. Yeah, bit of a shortened show this week. Less than 20 minutes. Who'd have thought, eh? But thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, whatever you're up to. Until now, have a fantastic weekend. Great week in work next week. Catch me next Friday. Don't forget to tune in for In Convo with Tonight. But until then, I'll see you soon. My name's been John Lunn. See you later. Bye now.